opinion about ESM was creation of it was sponsored or spearheaded by the American Psychological Association. I think it's actually the American Psychiatric Association. It's a methodology that is used by psychiatrists, medical doctors who specialize in mental health issues. That's a different profession from psychology, from a clinical psychology. They come from a biomedical perspective where they really look at psychological disorders essentially as comparable to diseases. So you would note that if you go to a psychiatrist, they will most probably prescribe medication. A psychologist will not. First of all, the training does not include training in psychopharmacology. The best psychologist can do, if the psychologist was so inclined, is to refer the person to a psychiatrist for the medication. In the States, I think they're lobbying that clinical psychologists are licensed to prescribe medication, but in the Philippines, they're not quite there yet. I don't know. I've not made up my mind if we are, if that's the right direction to take. I think always we value your intuition. So I'm coming to the assumption that as much that people know as much about themselves, or just more about themselves than anyone else. But also I'm coming to the assumption that people are honest with themselves. The research shows that we like to lie. And that sometimes it is necessary to have what we call hopeful illusions. Right? So if you're too realistic, then it's a very fine line between that and just becoming too negativistic and pessimistic. But okay, if the question is, can I detect it in myself? I guess to me, what do you mean detect? If you expect to be able to diagnose yourself, don't go there. To me, that's a dangerous direction to take. I don't think anyone should be diagnosing themselves. However, I think people should be honest. Okay, regardless of what the names that other people use, you have to be honest about your own experience. If it is something that you are not comfortable with, are stressed about, if you have enough intelligence, you have enough intelligence to compare your own experience to your friends, your colleagues, your family, and if you sense that people are not experiencing it quite the same way that you do, they're not being affected by it in the same way that you are, at the very least it makes a question. The challenge kasi for psychologists, especially for people who don't have training, is to determine if my experience is still good. Let's say for example, sadness. How do we differentiate normal sadness from what we call clinical depression? When you have a loved one who dies, it is normal to be sad. It's normal to be. In fact, it's not normal not to be sad. When there are objectively sad life events that accompany the sadness or happen prior to the sadness, then you can say that is a normal reaction to the situation. Say for instance, it has been 2 years, 3 years, and it's still the same grief or sadness that you feel, and it is not waned, then you still find yourself staring at the space, and you know if you look deep down inside your heart, you know that your grades are not quite there. Kasi sa level na sa grades pa yan. You have dati, galing-galing mo, taas ng grades mo ngayon. Talino ka naman, pero yung grades mo, lumababa, hindi pa tumataas. Mapapasamun ka agad. Teka muna, it's 2 years after the fact. So, time is also important. We expect that even though life deals you painful blows, we expect that really, the cliche is time heals. Or it may leave us far, but the negative feeling ways. It becomes a bittersweet memory. If you're still sad for the same reason, okay, after a year or whatever, you might need professional. If you find yourself having low energy, having low mood, losing pleasure in doing activities that you used to give you pleasure, in other words, you don't enjoy them, and you can't find any reason that you know. And if that has been going on again for quite a while, because it's normal to have, I call them black moods. Because I myself have them. I distinguish them from blue moods. Blue moods, I know the reason for this. But I have black moods where I don't know. It just comes over me like a black cloud. The thing that has stopped me from diagnosing myself is really the aspect of time, which is it remits within a, for me, it remits within a day, most of the days. For people, if it goes on for a significant amount of time, and I just cannot specify it, but the DSM has very specific criteria of duration. And also pervasiveness of effect, meaning it affects your work, it affects your relationships, it affects how you feel about yourself, then that's the time to ask whether you would need to. So it's the issue of duration, it's the issue of pervasiveness, and it's the issue of personal distress. Okay? If you spot the behavior, don't automatically conclude that the depression or the symptom. The basic thing is to change in the person's regular activity. So if you have someone who doesn't really like to eat much and then starts overeating, or if you have someone who loves to eat, and then starts suddenly doesn't have an appetite for food. Someone who sleeps the whole day and does not go to work because does not have the energy to even get up and brush your teeth. Yeah, those very basic things that we call living a life. If you find that your loved one doesn't have energy for those things and has lost passion for the things that he or she used to be interested in, forget it. So he likes sex, pero hindi ko mapapaisip. Baka meron pinagagawin loss of energy. Because depression is not just about sex. It's also about you're really having low mood, and that translates to yung mindset, medyo negatibo, parang wala talagang lakas, walang sigla sa buhay. Yun talaga. Pagka nagsama-sama yan lahat, and it's been going on for quite a while, maaaring according to some research studies, there is in fact, a lot of psychologists and psychiatrists prefer to use the euphemism of chemical response. There seems to be a neurochemical basis for mood disorders in general. Research has shown that there is perhaps some genetically, kasi family studies have shown. For instance, if you look back generations, people with current diagnosis have at least one member of their family with another diagnosis, similar diagnosis, or experience of depression. So it might be that. Of course, there are also objectively sad life events. And sometimes what can happen is an objectively sad life event triggers perhaps a depressive reaction, so that lalabas yung siguro. Sometimes mga okay, ang heuristic mo dyan kasi usually pag mas maaga siya mag-umpisa, then perhaps it's really more physiological thing. Pagka late onset kasi, chances are mayroong nangyari din na nag-trigger depression. Mahirap sabihin dun sa taong depressed na nagkaroon siyang paraan. Kasi actually wala nga siyang information to do anything much. if it's suffering, you think that you're suffering from it, the best bet is to really seek if you have identified people in your life who are really good listeners, it can also help you share your stories with them. I think it's also to not be afraid of the quote-unquote the name. Sometimes, and this is what we try to impress with the people that we have as our clients. Sometimes, the credit that I give the naming system is that you give people a handle. Once you have named something, it becomes more manageable, more malleable. So it's kind of like just being told by your doctor that you have diabetes. And if you need to take medication to help you along, to help stabilize your mood, to me, that's not a bad thing. But the bad thing is if you judge yourself as, less of a person simply because you have depression. You have to be humble enough to accept that you need help when you do. It's not being dependent, but it's accepting. Well, perhaps I need some sort of help. Whether it's behavioral, whether it's medication, or and it's also taking the responsibility for your own thought patterns. Because research shows clearly that depressed people have thought patterns or ways of thinking that may be different from non-depressed people. In other words, they tend to view the world negatively. And so, yung parang opposite ng astrology. So, and then they also tend to ruminate and brood. So, mag-escalate yun. So, you're really, digging yourself into the stick of parang ganun lang siya. So, be humble about it. At the same time, don't be too harsh on yourself because I think a lot of people go through it. So, be smart enough to admit when you need help, but at the same time, don't depend on your psychologist or psychiatrist kasi it will stay with you. The best bet there really is to get professional help while at the same time making sure that whatever help is proposed, you have to do your part.